Okay, hello, and welcome to a little something that I've thrown together. This is my tier list that I did, sort of gonna start making. Made some promises, but anyways, this is something that I don't know why my browser's tweaking. It's just something I kind of just threw together. Now, admittedly, like, I don't have the time and patience to sit here and think of literally every single Dokkanfest and Summonable LR and just like, how do they compare to this? Or it's too time consuming, admittedly. So most of these like units that are like not like top tier units that like you use all the time, they're mainly like their rankings are based off of like how I remember them, my noggin, like rather than actual like film and usage. And that's where I'm gonna rely on you watching this to, I guess, make arguments and changes for me because you guys play the game too, and you guys are pretty smart. Like, there were some changes I didn't know if I wanted to do. Like, I put all the time limited buff units here just because, like, they're relevant right now, even though they'll go back to irrelevant in, like, a month. I didn't know if I wanted to put Fat Boo higher. I didn't know if I wanted to drop some units down, like, Hit, especially. But, yeah, I mean, the list is kind of, like, really fluid so far, right? Like, I didn't even know if I wanted Rosé this high, but, like, Rosé, he is good on the team, right? And, like, there's so many units. I'm sure there's, like, some rankings in here that are just, like, completely crazy to somebody, right? That is just completely going over my head. But, I mean, I guess I can go through my tiers, actually. So, Pinnacle, like, these are just, like, the best of the best, like, the top tier. And then Elite is, like, these two are ranked, by the way. Like, the top two are, like, they're, like, in order, in my order. I don't know if I want these 3 TURs at the bottom of Elite or at the top of Meta, but like I feel like they just are like really good. Like they feel like better than most of these units, but they feel worse than these units. I don't know. It's just like a thing. The meta tier is just like a bunch of like good options that you'd run on your teams. Last unit, they're just like teams that like when you're missing options, you don't really want them, but like they can be a passable last unit on your team. Sub meta, these are units that are basically just past their prime, or like just like they might have been, they're good a couple metas ago, or they would have been good a couple metas ago, that type of thing. Fodder, these characters all kind of just suck. Not really. I didn't really put too much thought into these bottom two. I just kind of threw them because I was like, it's not the end of the world. Like, if you want to argue something like Tech Trunks, who's I guess like you could throw him up here, he's better than this guy. Like, I don't really care to like get into the nitty gritty of that. And then of course we have the brand new units, 7 brand new units since this celebration has started. I suppose let's waste no more further time, and let's just hop right in. And first off, we have the LR Tag Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. Now, these guys are really, really good. Their leader skill, especially their 220%, is very good. They have most of the super top tier options on their team. Despite not having like a great leader skill. Like, obviously not having 3 categories is kind of L. They have solid super attack effects despite having no, defense on 18 key super attacks since they don't get this buff. And then essentially, as long as you have either, full super class team, or at least rotation, or a future saga ally on the team, they get their baseline 60% chance to dodge, 60% damage reduction, and, a bit of stats, which is cool. But, of course, as long as you have the full either superclass rotation or future saga attacking in the same turn, they get the 80% dodge, 70% damage reduction, guaranteed additional super, and their damage turn 1 is quite good. They essentially are always super effective against all types because they're getting their 18 key super attack is usually pretty free. They have the super premium defensive buff that they're giving all the really good premium units nowadays, and essentially they're just like a dodge unit with good damage reduction. They still get like their cheeks clapped in the Rosé fight if they get hit, obviously, but I mean, so does everybody else. But turn 4 is when they get like really good. Now this Patara active skill, like, it's fine. It's not like great right now. You know, the 20% permanent buffs and the dodge nullification for themselves is good, but admittedly it's not like super relevant right now. On turn 4, you kind of just want to exchange into Vegeta and then pop this active skill, which is super broken. It gives them guaranteed guard, and once they have the guaranteed guard with the 80% dodge, 70% damage reduction, they're just like nigh unkillable. And then they're given this super like domain buff, very, very strong. And then this active skill does like 80 million damage, guaranteed crit, because there's literally no reason why you'd ever not run this, launch this active skill in slot 3. You know, Vegeta, he's fine. Like, he's got fine super attack effects. He does good damage. He's just like a slot 3, really big damage dealer, and he's, you know, good defensively for himself. He has support that doesn't really like exist because there's not really any good Trunks units, but, you know, if Trunks and Vegeta get an EZA Part 3, that'd be really nice. But yeah, I mean, these guys, they really dominate pretty much everywhere. They really especially dominate the global Dokkan campaign fights, like the Rosé, the Omega. Those are the two really hard ones. Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, they're pretty hard too. Gogeta's hard, but he's probably the easiest of the 4. And then in Festival, like, I've taken them pretty deep, and they tank, you know, moderately fine. And then, you know, you get deep, then you launch their active skill, and they're solid. They can get the job done. And yeah, the move, like, essentially you get to turn 4 with Goku. He's kind of dodge or die, like, admittedly, but like everyone's kind of dodge or die in those fights. And then you switch into Vegeta, you pop the active skill in slot 3. You get guaranteed guard, and then they're unkillable, right? Pretty easy to understand unit, but very good. Obviously, they are in that top tier. They are, yeah, they're better than Gogeta. Yeah, next we have, Rosé. Now, Rosé is cracked as well. Very good. Rosé was the best tank in the game. Now he's the second best, like, tank unit in the game who just, like, eats attacks. Rosé is incredible defensively. Very, very good. Now, you know the deal, man. Come on. Bad today. Bad 5 years ago. Bad 3 years ago. Bad a year ago. And it's terrible today. No defense on 18 key super attack. Give it up. But, I mean, other than that, like, he is, like, just stunning. Really. He's stunning. He turn 1, he does a bajillion damage. His animations are gorgeous, like pretty stunning animations. Giving Goku Black allies super effective against all types is really nice, especially for physical Rosé. And then essentially, you know, full extreme class team basically, or like AGL Rosé on the rotation, and you know he's just he gets the guard with a Future Saga, you know, ally or extreme class rotation, and then he gets the 60% damage reduction with whichever, you know, more extreme class allies or Future Saga allies. Now, admittedly, this pisses me off. Like, this is so, like, I don't know why they felt the need to do this when they gave it to these guys just guaranteed. Where is it? Like right here, it's guaranteed. Well, I guess that's, I don't know. Like, they have a guaranteed additional super attack in their kit, and I don't know why Rosé doesn't. Like, that's kind of like, okay. Like, it's 2025. We don't need to be doing these chances to additional super attack. Or they could have just given him the super attack here, like they had it on here. I don't know. Anyways, I guess, whatever. That's neither here nor there, though. Rosé, he is amazing defensively. Like, he is the only unit who, like, can actually tank units from the Global Dokkan campaign fights. Like, he can tank Rosé. He can tank, obviously, he can tank Omega, right? He's got type advantage. He can tank Gogeta. He can take anything in the game, really, except for, like, super deep. Well, I haven't taken this guy into super deep festival, but I imagine, you know, he probably gets slapped up. But I don't know, actually. Me personally, like, festival is just the most annoying content ever. Like, I'm not gonna spend 4 hours and then just die to something stupid. Nah, not for me. The worst part of festival isn't even like it's just the time, like the turn counter. It's so stupid. Let me not get on it. This is essentially the only active skill should probably really use, just because it gives the domain effect, and the guaranteed crits, and the animation is fire, and they have the best KO screen in the game, probably, right? Even over, Super Saiyan for Gogeta. Whoops, that's the wrong one. And then yeah, Zamasu, you go into Zamasu, and he's just kind of like, he just does the ooga booga damage, I guess. I wish he kind of had more, built-in base healing into his kit. Like, that was kind of Zamasu's thing on previous Zamasu units. Obviously, he still has healing with this, really powerful effect if you're under 60% HP. But, HP restrictions, kind of RNG. But, I mean, if you are under 60% HP, you go over into Zamasu and pop this. Let's just, like, free full heal. But yeah, I Goku Black and Zamasu, I think they are insanely impressive. I think that they are just a bit better than these guys personally, mainly just because Rosé can tank, right? Obviously, I love dodge. Like AGL Rosé Goku is my favorite unit, but like this guy, admittedly, he's gotten me killed a lot more times than Rosé has, and the Rosé fight is so annoying. I spent like 5 hours the first day trying to clear it, and Rosé, he just feels better to me. Like, obviously, once you pop this guy's, you switch over into Vegeta, and then you get the guard. I think these guys are better, but I mean, those first 3 turns, that's low-key. Those first 3 turns make or break the fight. And I think Rosé is better for those first 3 turns. So that's really the entire argument for me. But they are both super impressive. Now, Super EZA Vegito Blue, very, very supremely good unit. Good super attack effect. Obviously, physical Vegito Blue's EZA was one of the most dominant EZAs ever. Probably top 5. But yeah, essentially, he's got the 80% damage reduction against normals. He's doing, 20 million attack stats on his super attack effects. Or not on his effects, just on his super attacks. He's doing, solid-ish fine damage on his crit counters. But the things that make him exceptional, like very good, are one, the fact that... Okay, my mouse is bugging. The fact that he creates rainbow key spheres, I think that is so, so, so good. And then also he's got 50% chance to dodge super attacks, and then 80% if your HP is under 70%. And then he also has 2 turn support for superclass allies on a superclass team that is just very, very strong. Enough said, that's just really strong, right? Those 3 things make Vegito Blue a very, very powerful, insanely so, actually. I think he's pretty simple to understand. He's somewhere up here. He's like near the high upper, like the top of meta, right? Like this isn't obviously ranked because I could not be bothered to rank. What is this? Is like 40 units right here? Like, dog, not for real. I'm good. I'm a pass. But he's definitely in the upper echelon of this tier. Right, so that's Vegito Blue. Next we have AGL Rosé. Now, AGL Rosé is extremely good. Hello? That's interesting. Anyways, he is extremely good as well. But, I mean, I guess first let's go over his kit. Obviously, he's got a solid super attack effect, 50% defensive buff. That's very, very solid. He's got a guaranteed additional super attack, so you get an additional stack of that, which is good. He's got 3 key, 30% to all allies. Support is very, very good. He's got this effect, which is very powerful, and then, further defense when receiving the attack. That's very strong. And then this is my main problem with Rosé, right? For every attack received, he's building up, which is perfectly fine, right? But playing with fire, like, Rosé, like, he's fine. He's capable of being in slot 1. But, like, having to have him get hit twice before having his full, 70% damage reduction is just stupid. Like, I hate that design. it just leads to him getting bullied on situations where I feel like he shouldn't be. I've never liked building up damage reduction like this. If it's permanent, that's perfectly fine, right? Like I can understand that, but every turn having to get that again, it's just stupid. And then the other thing I don't really like about him is the fact that he does not rainbow orb change. Listen, especially pre-Omega, this mattered a lot. Like on the Super Boss team, the Super Boss team really desperately needs a good rainbow orb changer, because where is he? Where is he? Physical Super EZA Goku Black sucks balls. He is not good. He is, where is he? He's just not good enough, right? And this team is super orb hungry, right? Rosé doesn't need orbs that bad, but he needs orbs, right? These guys, now they don't really fit the motif of super bosses because they're not extreme, but they still need orbs. They're not especially bad though, but like units like physical Rosé Goku Black here, who needs orbs, like he needs orbs to be like even like passable, right? Cell Max is a solid option on this team, but he's not really amazing for Ki until he starts getting hit and does attacks to activate these portions of his passive. Jiren really isn't so bad because he creates his own orbs once he is in his standby mode, so he's kind of fine. Probably not really that. Like, he's an okay option. Like, he's runnable, but he's not really that great on this team. These guys, if you run them in like dodge or die situations, they obviously need orbs. Like, this team needs an orb changer, and Rosé would have been like perfect for that. And him not having rainbow orb changing when Vegito Blue does, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, right? I feel like he would have been very good with orb changing, rainbow orb changing. But I mean, other than that, like, he's got the guard, he's buffing, supporting, he's very good defensively, especially like once you have this full damage reduction up, he is tanking like every fight. The global Dokkan campaign fights, you know, he's tanking Rosé's super attack. He's performing very, very well for himself. But yeah, those two things, like, I don't personally like those parts of my design. Vegito Blue is definitely better than this guy. I don't really think there's much of it. Like, I think Rosé, I don't know though, because like Vegito Blue can't really go slot 1. Like, he can, but it's dodge or die, right? Where Rosé, like, it's kind of like, don't get hit right away or you're dead. But I mean, he can tank in slot 1, which is that legitimately does matter. But like, it's mainly the rainbow orb changing for me, dog. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know what you want from me. But I mean, Rosé, he is very, very good. Don't get me wrong at all. Next we have Fusion Zamasu. Now, Fusion Zamasu, he's just kind of like this calm, little tight EZA, right? Like, his super attack effects have always been really good. That's something that's really good for him. Now, Zamasu, he does create orbs for the Rosé, the super boss team / extreme team, which is good, right? Like, he creates orbs here. It's like, you know, changing a certain type of key spheres to rainbow isn't really great, but he's also doing other orb changing. So I mean, you know, he's pretty solid. And then essentially after that, he's kind of just like a slot 2 unit. Like, he's just kind of like a better LR Int Rosé, really. He does unfortunately have this garbage, which is just terrible. Like, come on, what are we doing? He's got a Kamalactico. He's just kind of like, you know, solid, right? He's just like a good orb changer type unit. He does good damage, solid defensively, that type of thing, right? He'll go like, he'll go somewhere in here too. He's like, you know, middle part. Like, I think Rosé is definitely better. This is not really like organized. I don't really care to. I was just, like I said. But anyways, you know, Fusion Zamasu, tight little EZA that we got here. Next up, we have Omega. Now, Omega, his leader skill, it is both good and bad, right? It's a solid team, but like, it's also a terrible team. He needed this right here in his leader skill instead of what could we get rid of? We could probably get rid of power absorption, because power absorption, I don't know actually. Well, because, actually. Yeah, I was going to say get rid of Inhuman Deeds, but Fat Boo is on this team. And low-key, Fat Boo is one of the best... whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, yeah, I did. Fat Boo is one of the best options for this guy's team, right? Yeah, so I suppose there isn't no perfect, like, leader skill. I mean, GT Bosses is really, like, not good, but if he didn't lead GT Bosses, like, I don't know who would. And then Inhuman Deeds, that's how they get Rosé Goku Black on here, and then Power Absorption is how they get Fat Boo on here, so I'm not entirely sure. But, I mean, realistically, just give him 4 leader skill. No, I'm trolling, but, like, you know, do something, man. Because his leader skill, anyways, you know, it's fine. He's got good super attack effects, you know, solid super attack effects. And then Omega's kind of just like he's a point guard, right? Like, he just comes in, he supports everybody massively. He does very good damage. Like, my 55% Omega is like doing 40 million attack stats turn 1, which is just stunningly impressive. Guaranteed crits, and he's got, you know, an additional super attack as a part of his intro, but unfortunately, once he loses his intro, he's just a one attack quitter type of unit, which losing out on the defense from his, you know, it's just not ideal, obviously. But that's kind of Omega, right? He is a great unit, but he is not an ideal unit. And why? It is mainly because, in my opinion, it's just because he's got no guard. Literally all the other really good units of Yu, and obviously this guy, they have guard. And Omega, for some reason, doesn't. Like, Omega with the guard would literally, he'd be fine. Like, he would be able to withstand super powerful super attacks. But the problem is that he is, like, besides obviously Rosé, who is the best, well, the second best tank in the game, nobody's really slot 1 on a team, right? AGL Rosé can be, but he's got the problem where if his damage reduction isn't, like, if they super attack right away, he's dead, right? And so you kind of sometimes need to put Omega in slot 1, and he kind of also just dies, right? And obviously, this is basically worthless right now, right? They should have just made this like a generic counter. That would have been really good. But I mean, unfortunately, Omega just kind of runs into the problem where this not being a generic super attack counter, and then him not having guard, he just kind of gets cooked, right? He's like physical super EZA Kid Buu, or like Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, where they're really good but they can die, right? A really good support unit, but they can die. But Omega, he is supremely powerful. Do not get it twisted. He also, like, I haven't even mentioned the domain yet. This domain is very good, right? Obviously, it runs into the problem where it buffs super class enemies. I mean, extreme class enemies, you know, of these categories, which is kind of like, eh. And then the fact that this isn't an attack, right? That is a huge problem, because this guy, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they have attacks. And don't tell me that a domain can't be attacked, because where's LR and Broly? Right here. His domain is an attack. So what's up, Dokkan? Like, come on, what are we doing? That's just kind of a problem, right? But I mean, this domain is obviously very good, and Omega is obviously very good. And he's extremely impressive. Omega definitely has the most variance, right? He can just look like, I mean, just like a buzzsaw dominator. Like, you can literally like clear a fight with like no diff. And then there are other runs where you just get unlucky, and then it's just like a struggle just to survive, right? I would say Omega is right. I don't know if he's here or if he's here, but he feels like he's right here. I'll go right there for now. But I think Tech Vegito's... I don't know. I've been thoroughly impressed with Tech Vegito. Especially in the the Global Dokkan campaign Rosé fight. he in slot 3, that first rotation, obviously like they're locking, so it can be like he just gets locked and die, but like every unit, that can literally happen to every single unit in the game. That Rosé fight is literally the like it turn 1, there's not really units that can really withstand it, except for but anyways, I saw this guy like post super type disadvantage take with his 90% damage reduction, obviously turn 1, his first turn. He took like 150, and mine's 55%. So that's extremely impressive. This guy is not doing that. So yeah, I think Omega does just a bit to edge out Vegeta though. But I think he's better. Cause like Loki, he's kind of doing what Omega does, but not dying. Except, well, he does die, but I don't know. Not as bad as this guy, in my opinion. But obviously, like, they're different roles. But anyways, him having better partners to go in slot 1, that does matter for him. And, I mean, obviously, slot 1 isn't really his, like, prerogative, where Omega kind of is forced to be in slot 1. So that's kind of just, like, a result of their environments rather than their overall power. But yeah, Omega, very impressive. And then, of course, we have Gogeta. So, again, it was bad 5 years ago, it was bad 3 years ago, it's bad a year ago, and it's bad today. No defense on super attack effects, but it just doesn't matter. like dog, it just doesn't matter. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, one day he will fall off, and it's going to be because he's got no defense and super attack effect. I promise. I literally promise. But right now, he is just so stunning. Like, he comes out of the gate, 55%, 40 million attack stat. like what? Hello? Okay. And then, he tanks everything. He's supporting. He's doing like 5 supers for his first turn. They're all guaranteed crits. He's countering Ki Blast super attacks. Like, he cucks the first 2 Global Dokkan campaign fights. Like, he just suns them so bad. He suns Gogeta a bit too. Gogeta, he's just like stunning. Like, he's just like, he comes out and he puts it on the table and says, like, let's go. Like, what do you want from me, bro? And his animations, bro, he is raw. Like, he's got so much aura. His art is fire. His OST is good. He is just, like, supreme. Like, he's just the chosen one. It's obvious. Like, you can literally look at his animations and you literally see, like, how much, like, look at that art. Oh my gosh. Like, you can just see how much care like Dokkan really put into him, right? It's just insane. And then obviously he's got this with the Beast Gohan, active skill condition, and then this does basically max damage, and then he goes from a 40 million attack stat to a 70 million attack stat, and the guaranteed crits, and he's doing so much. He is literally doing so much. Like, he kind of just, like, Festival, I don't think he'll, like, I'm not going to take him into Festival, because I just don't have an interest in taking units into a 2-3 hour fight and then dying to something stupid, and then I'm just like, okay, well, great. He's not built for it, so, like, I'd avoid it, right? Like, these two, they stack attack on their active skills. So, like, you drop this in one of the last phases, and it's going to do a lot of damage. And then it's going to start buffing, and then they should probably be fine. Like, I haven't directly, like, tested it, but, like, I feel, that's what I feel, right? But Gogeta, his power is just unignorable, right? Like, it is just flat out unignorable. This feels like the big 4 right now. Gogeta's number 1. I think Rosé's 2. I think you're 3, and then this guy, like, they're just so stupid. Like, they're just a dumb unit. 7th anniversary Gogeta, like, they're just dumb. Like, he is so gifted. And then he's just a perfect 7 out of 7 linking partner with him. So like, it's just like, oh, okay. I guess we'll just be perfect then. But yeah, I mean, Gogeta, he's also got the Ki Blast super. I already mentioned it, but like, I mean, the animation is pretty, like, he's just perfect. Like, he's just like a perfect unit. Literally the only thing, they just give him attack stacking and he's just like, wow, right? Or, oh my gosh, attack and defense stacking, bro, just like give it up at that point. But right now, he's number 1, right? Because it essentially comes down to the global Dokkan campaign unit. Gogeta is the only unit in the entire game that's stronger than the unit, than the bosses, right? Gogeta, he's just so supremely powerful. These guys can like splash, look very impressive, and then this guy, he's perfect for this guy, and then he's just a festival annihilator, right? I think Tech Vegito, I don't know, like some people are, I feel like being too hard on him, but like I also understand it, right? It's just like a thing, right? And then this guy, he's just the gift that keeps on giving, right? Because it's perfect for, like, it's just like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, essentially, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. I think that's good. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this down below. Please give me suggestions. I am not gonna pretend that this is perfect. It's fluid, and it's going to change. I didn't care enough to sit down and rank probably 300 something units. Hopefully there's no one missing. I hope there's no one missing. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, let me know if you think, you know, some people should be changed. I'm sure there will be plenty of people who need to be changed after, you know, we have some good discussions. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks. And as always, thanks for stopping by. I messed up my own outro. Bruh.